Here's my problem. I've got 300 tons of horse meat in my backyard and I don't know what to do with it. I'm just kidding. It's not horse meat. Check, check, check. Welcome back. Got a little cafecito para ti. ¿Quieres un cafecito? If you don't want a cafecito, that's fine. But if you'd like to buy me a cafecito, you can go to my Patreon and support me there. Or you can just tell all your friends and family about me and have them all subscribe so that I get past 1,000 followers and we can start doing some sponsorships, you know? We can start doing some merch. Is it too soon for me to be hoping for that stuff? I don't know. I don't think so. We'll see. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I know the last video was also a little bit different, but you know, we're just fucking around right now. It doesn't matter. I'm not making money off of this anyway. Not that money's the only thing that matters, but you know, I do care about your experience as my audience members. I'm not trying to say your viewership doesn't matter or what you want to see doesn't matter. I'm just saying I feel like I should branch out a little bit to see where, oh Jesus, I almost knocked that shit over. I should branch out a little bit to see how wide I can cast my net to bring in people to our little community here and make it a medium community. I enjoy the evangelical content. I enjoy creating that. I'm sure I will continue creating that. But every now and then I feel like it's important to get away from the doom and gloom of cartoonish reviews of Christians who use their power to abuse and get more into some of the light and easy, you know, cool and breezy, easy peasy kind of stuff. So today we're gonna be talking about a little Jubilee video. I'm sure if you've watched other content creators who do reaction style videos on YouTube like Cody Ko or Noel Miller or Nick is not green / green is not Nick and others, you will have seen videos like this or even about Jubilee. So today we're talking about musicians rank themselves by talent, artists versus audience. And the basic idea here is that they get a bunch of musicians in a room who then rank themselves based on their musicianship, and then the audience, which I'm not sure who the audience is in this scenario, maybe we'll find out, but the audience then ranks them based on their musicianship, what the fuck that word, based on their musicianship. And being something of a musician myself, if you didn't know, I thought this might be a fun one to talk about. So let's get into it.
Being able to adapt and improvise is a big part of what is inherently a musician. Also playing multiple instruments, I think, is a sure-tale sign that you're talented musically across the board.
So the question the producer asked was, how do you judge musical ability? And the first guy says being able to play multiple instruments is a really great way of seeing how serious a person is about music or how good they are. And I think to a certain extent, yes, if they can play multiple instruments, then that is definitely a great sign that they are dedicated to being a musician or dedicated to music. But I don't think that is the only sign that you should use, because there are plenty of musicians who only play a couple instruments or even just one instrument really, really, really well and are arguably some of the best instrumentalists in the world. I don't think instrumentalist is a word. Musician. They're the best, some of the best musicians in the world. I would agree a little bit more about being able to adapt and improvise in different scenarios.
There's like the skills, and then there's this sensibility, like how people are gonna feel about your music.
So the guy in the cool cream shirt says he thinks that there's the skills and then the sensibility. And I think what he's saying with that is you have the skills that you can work on and just develop, like actually becoming proficient at your chosen form of music or instrumentality. And then there's also how you connect with your audience. And I think, yeah, that is a great way of being like, yeah, this is a good musician or not. But I think something interesting about that is that a person could be a really good musician and not connect with a whole lot of people, because you also see really bad musicians connecting with a shit ton of people.
Even like different genres, I feel like I would judge it slightly differently. Like if I'm at like a prog or a metal show and I see some like drummer or someone just like going ham, I'm like, hell yeah. But if I'm at like a Phoebe Bridgers concert, I'm just like, yes, queen, break my heart. Like you know?
So right off the bat, I kind of don't like that guy. And I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, but the fact that he talked about going to prog and metal shows and then also Phoebe Bridgers shows tells me he's trying a little bit too hard to be like, yo, I listen to all kinds of music. Prog rock, you got me. Metal, you got me. Phoebe Bridgers, you got me. So a little bit of try-hardiness, but you know, we expected a little bit of competition in this. Honestly, I would probably be doing something similar, like how do I let them know I actually am a musician? So I guess I can't really blame him too much.
Went through a breakup recently, so I wrote a song last week, and I actually wrote it on the piano, which I started playing last week. The stars aligned so perfectly when I first met you. could have sworn that we would get through anything. But the daylight came and washed away any chance of sanity. I need to be free.
Okay, number one, that hair is blue. Holy shit. I don't have anything against dyeing your hair. I've been thinking about dyeing my hair different colors. I'm a fan. Express yourself however you want. But that is some popsicle blue right there. Some Smurf level blue. Dang. Second, I appreciate that he had enough confidence to like go all out with a song that he just wrote last week on an instrument that he just started playing last week. But I would think knowing that you're going into like a competition style video where the format is we're trying to see where your musicianship falls, you would not go with the thing that you just learned. Odd choice, but I gotta respect the bravery because fuck, I would be so nervous to do that. Oh shit! So this is the guy who said that he judges musicianship based on like the variety of instruments that you can play. And then he can play like half of the instruments in the room. I feel like he's setting up himself there so he can spike it on him and be like, hey listen, this is how I judge musicianship, okay? This is how I judge talent. You can't play all this? I can play this. I'll say like it's impressive that you can play several different instruments. All of these were string instruments, so that's, you know, something to maybe consider, but it's impressive nevertheless. Maybe I'm just super judgmental. I do like that he went with a crowd favorite, played some SpongeBob, got one of the notes wrong, but it's fine. Now we got Daniel, Mr. Prog Rock, on the drums. And for those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you because, you know, nobody knows me, my primary instruments are percussive instruments. So let's see what this guy has got. So I gotta say, I'm not that impressed. I'm sorry. It's maybe I am just an asshole. But homeboy just fucking went ham on those drums, dude. And he just smacked the shit out of the cymbals in that studio. And the sound is just bouncing everywhere and you can barely hear what's going on. Granted, he quieted down for a little bit. And I think there was also like a cut in there. It looks like the editor kind of took out some chunks of it, but it's probably because it kind of got a little more boring. It wasn't like this crazy, you know, going around the set and just smacking the drums as hard and loud and fast as he could. But I'm not super impressed.
About to lose my mind.
Okay. We got some more vocal control than we've seen yet. Got some singer-songwriter vibes. Of everyone that we've seen so far, she's killing it. Let's go! Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, Sedo. Damn it, how do you say his name? My guy in the cream shirt. This is what I was talking about earlier, where it's not just about all the instruments you can play. This guy so far is obviously the most trained in his instrument, and he absolutely crushes it. I don't know much about piano, so any pianists out there might be like, oh, that's actually not that impressive or something. But hey, it's a competition show where you're like playing to the audience and you're putting your best foot forward, and I think Sedo did it. Dang it. We got one more, and then we're gonna go through and decide. Well, they saved the best two for last, in my opinion. Holy shit. She just crushed that even more than Cream Shirt Guy. Cream Shirt Guy is probably not the best phrase, but she had, in my opinion, like the intricacy of like the all over the keys, but also the dynamic emotional control. Now the musicians have to go through and rank themselves from least to most talented. And I have to say, I'm already a little bit cringing imagining myself in this scenario being like, yeah, you're worse than I am. And before they talk about it, I'm gonna go through and decide which ones I think should be first to last. All right, number one, we've got Summer in the purple shirt. Definitely the most trained, definitely the most impressive to me. Number two, we have Sedo. I'm so sorry, I wish I knew. But he also seemed to have a lot of control, a lot of emotional expression through his music, and a lot of skill. Number three, we have singer-songwriter unplugged concert Mary on the guitar, because I felt like she had good control of the guitar and really good control of her voice. It also sounded like an original song. I don't know that for sure, but I liked it. At number four, I'm gonna have to put Michael, the multi-instrumentalist, because he played the instruments well. He knew what he was doing on each of the things that he was on, but it wasn't like amazing. And also I still just don't really like the fact that he tried to toss it up there for himself and be like, yeah, I can play a lot of these. But really trying to get rid of that bias and base it solely on like the musicianship, I feel like he is number four. Number five, we're gonna have to go with our prog rock drummer, Daniel, which as a drummer hurts me a little bit to put him at the bottom of the pack like that, but it's just true. His form was a little stiff, his playing was a little obnoxious, and in last place, but certainly not least place, is our blue-haired friend, Julius, who unfortunately did not bring the big guns to this game. He came in with a heartbreaking song about a previous love of his, which is I commend that. That's brave, that's very good of him. And it takes a lot of guts to sit down and play an instrument in front of a bunch of other musicians who presumably have been playing their instruments for a long time. So if this was a competition to see who's the bravest, I'm gonna have to say Julius, with the hair and the decision for the song that he played. But unfortunately, it's seeing who's the most skilled, and he's just at the bottom. The bottom of this group, I should say. That doesn't mean he's bad. I don't know what else he plays. Maybe he doesn't play anything else. That would be hilarious. But being the worst in a group of really good musicians still means you're probably really good. Now let's see where they ranked themselves.
Oh, shit. All right. One second.
Don't worry, we're not gonna take it personally.
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm just, all right.
It's cool.
All right,
You got
so I would say 6. I thought you were phenomenal. You were absolutely brilliant. This is just tough because there's 6 of us here, so like.
That's totally fine.
Oh, this is so awkward. Especially to be the first person. And I feel like everyone in the room has to know, you didn't really show up today. So the person who I think probably everybody in the room knows did the worst is starting by judging everybody else. And he's starting off by ranking Sedo, my number 2, last.
5 for you, and I thought like your piano was also just so brilliant.
Dang, and then put Summer, my number 1, in 5th place. Those are my top 2 that he put at the bottom. This guy's basically inviting me to a fucking fight right now. These are fighting words.
4 would be, I thought you were sick, your voice is great. I would say 3, I thought you were phenomenal, your voice is beautiful. I'd give myself 2, but then I would give you number 1 just because the drums, that shit blew my mind, so.
But then he puts himself at 2, and then prog rock guy at 1. And I have to say, I really feel like he's pandering here. He put himself in number 2 against all these other musicians who I think almost objectively did better than him. And I think the only reason he put someone in the number 1 spot is because it would just look bad if he put himself in number 1, because I think somewhere deep down he knows that he's the worst in the room. He knows that it would be like ridiculous to suggest that he was number 1. What if he was a plant from the producer and be like,
yo, go in there, we're gonna dye your hair like super blue for no reason. I want you to take the next week to learn how to play the piano, write some lyrics, go in there, and then just tank. You don't have to do like horribly, just do bad enough that it's obvious that you're the worst one, and then place yourself like really high up there. And then take the 2 best people and put them at the bottom, and let's see how people react.
That's what feels like is going on here, but what do I know? And I know that music is subjective, so he really could think that the drummer is the best and that the best musician in the room is the worst, but his list is wrong.
Oh geez, okay. I'm gonna have to give you a 6 just because, I didn't see a lot of musical stuff. Songwriting, it'd be probably a different number.
Oof. That hurts. Immediately puts him in 6, and he's like, yeah, no problem. Somebody else is gonna put me higher for sure.
5, probably one instrument. I didn't get a lot of variety.
I hate this variety argument. Nobody else showed any variety. Everyone only played one instrument or played one instrument and sang. Like, does he mean variety in musical style on the piano? Because I could see that being a valid criticism, but I don't know that anyone else showed that much variety in style.
Probably 4, I just saw a lot of drums. I love the drums and you rip, but I didn't get a chance, I guess, to see like what else you could do.
No, it's not about the style for this guy. It's simply just about how many instruments can you play. It doesn't matter how good you are at them for him. He's just like,
yeah, you really kicked ass on the drums, but didn't really see anything else.
The other guy's like,
yeah, well, I'm a drummer, so.
Yeah, you know, and you really did a great job, and I liked it, but I didn't see you play anything else.
Also, why is my guy Cito being put on the bottom with both of these? It's outlandish.
I'll give myself a 3. I'd probably give you a 2 just for your voice. I'm gonna have to give you a 1 just because not only did you basically nail that piece that you played, but like just the expression, the dynamic was like huge.
Dynamics, that's what it was.
That's, yes.
So good.
Definitely.
What'd I say? I said dynamics. I called it. I said it. She got him. Okay, so he held back a little bit more than Julius did in giving himself a 3, very middle of the pack, but still on the upper end of middle. And then his last 2, I can get behind. She had an amazing voice, and number 1 obviously was the best in the room. Anybody else who doesn't give her number 1, I think is just lying to themselves.
I'm gonna give you the 6.
Oh, Julius! In 6th again.
I mean, I like it. I felt like she broke my heart too.
Oh, come on, Cito. That's a quality human right there. He's like, I'm gonna put you in 6th, but you really got me with your lyrics. Like, fuck yeah, I like to see that. That's some supportive last place putting right there.
I'll give you the 5.
Let's go. Thank you. Number 5 is definitely the drummer. What'd I say?
I'll give you the 4.
Let's go. Dude, me and Cito are on the same wavelength right now.
So I would give myself the 3rd. I think I'm gonna, oh Jesus. I think I'm gonna give you the 2. Your piano, especially as a pianist myself, I think that's why I vibed the most with her. But just the piece that you played, I was like, wow.
She really did have a good voice. I could swap those on my list as well. Singer-songwriter and Cito, I could swap them for sure and still feel good with my choices. Honestly, seeing him create his lineup is telling me that he's more of a musician in my mind than the first 2. We're supposed to be like judging them based off their like actual talent on the instruments, but I just resonate so deeply with his lineup choice that I'm like, yeah, this dude's legit. This dude's for real.
Yeah, so I guess for 6th, just the lack of experience, I guess.
Oh! Called him out. Julius is getting knocked to the bottom. He said, yeah, I'm number 2, and they were all like, you're 6th.
But I love your songwriting.
It seems to be a common thing.
Ooh, he was a little pissed there. He was expecting somebody to be like, I really love your courage and your willingness to come out here and play that song for us. I'm gonna give you a 2 as well. He's like, yeah, seems to be a common theme. Everybody seems to not really appreciate that I don't have a lot of experience.
You sure you want to put me in 6th? I don't know. Did you hear me put myself at 2? Or yeah. No, you're gonna stay with that one? Okay, yeah. Cool. Seems to be a common theme around these parts.
For 5, I guess maybe Daniel.
Let's go!
4, I would probably give to Sato.
Oh, Sato. Okay. I was close with one of them in there. I kind of landed on Cito for a while. Now I'm questioning that decision.
I would give myself a 3, probably Michael a 2. And then I'd say Mary, I'd give you a 1. I would listen to you like in the car on a late night drive. I got head chills when you were singing, so.
So she gave herself a 3. I can respect a little bit of modesty. You know, you don't want to come out and be like, yeah, I'm the fucking best, because then you end up looking like Julius, unfortunately. I don't agree with her number 2. I can see why someone would choose him, just the fact that he played a bunch of instruments, so I can get behind that and respect it. And number 1, yeah, I can respect giving singer-songwriter number 1, I can respect that as well. I am a little surprised that she put Sato in 4th, but maybe she knows something that I don't. I mean, she's obviously a bomb-ass pianist, so maybe she saw something in his performance where she was like, could be better.
I don't know if this is like a cop-out. I think I'm just gonna give myself the 6, because is that lame?
Yeah, that is pretty lame. Come on, just be honest. Everybody else is doing it. Everybody else is being honest. It's hurting him inside because everyone knows what's coming, including him, and he doesn't want to do it. Let's see what he does.
I'm really sorry. I think I'm gonna give you the 6.
Oh! That's why he wanted to put himself at 6, because he was like, fuck, I gotta put Julius at 6 if I'm being honest. God damn, dude. Can I just put myself at 6, please? I don't want to do that to this guy. He's already got enough problems. Look at his hair. Again, no hate on the hair. I've been thinking about doing it too. I've got issues too.
The song was like super moving and beautiful, and I would want to see it, so I feel like that discredits you a lot.
Did you cry?
In the inside a little bit.
Bro, Julius is getting pissed. He's like,
Did you cry though? Okay, but did you cry? Okay, you can put me in 6, it's fine, but did it get you? Did you fucking, okay, good. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Fucking asshole, I swear to God, I'm not 6th place, I'm 2, I'm number 2.
I think I'll give myself the 5.
there we go. There's some honesty for you. Gave himself the 5. Gonna have to agree with you, Prod Rock. Gonna have to agree.
I think I'm gonna give you the 4, and it might just be because I'm in a band and I'm like always seeing guitarists. I think I'm gonna give you the 3, but God damn it, you were so good. But I'm also very like pop and rock oriented. And then I think I'm gonna give you 2nd, but in terms of like 1 of like, I think what I would wanna go see on a Friday night, I think it would be you.
All right, yeah. He put Summer in 2nd and put singer-songwriter, I'm forgetting all their names, I'm sorry, but he put singer-songwriter at number 1 because that's who he would wanna go see on like a Friday night. I can get behind that. Also, now that I've seen his lineup, I like this guy a little bit more. I trust his sensibilities a little bit more now, because not only did he choose the correct 6th place, but he also chose the correct 5th place, which was himself. Correct in my view. And I liked his reasoning for why he put everybody else where he put him. He even called out the multi-instrumentalist, being like, you know, I'm in a band and I've seen a lot of guitarists like change from one string instrument to another. So it was impressive, but also I've seen better. So yeah, I can get down with this guy now.
I'm gonna have to give you the 6.
Oh! All of them just slapped him on the bottom.
I think if you practice more piano and you get those quote unquote 10,000 hours, because I think songwriting and being able to accompany yourself is extremely important.
Dang, she just kind of drilled him a little bit there. Was like, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. You need to put in the work. You need to put in the time. You just haven't done that yet. Tough love right there. Some harsh reality giving.
I'm gonna give myself the 5.
Being a little too modest there, I think. You have to have a lot of confidence to be a musician in the first place. So she has an amazing voice, and I hope she knows it.
I would give you the 4 because you went crazy. There was like 20 different time signatures that you were playing.
I don't know if 20 different time signatures is a good thing, but apparently to her it is.
I think I'm gonna give you the 3. I'm gonna give you the 2 just because I almost cried when you played. I'm gonna give you the 1. The fact that you can pick up so many different instruments and play it so well is something that I strive as an artist.
Gave him the 1, multi-instrumentalist. This whole time I thought he was setting it up for himself. He was setting it up for her. But I see. It's because she looks up to being able to play multiple instruments. So she's like, that's a skill that I want. So that makes sense that she would then put him up there. Now it's time to see what the audience chose.
Number 6 is Julius.
Oh! Dang, even the audience members said,
Number 5 is Summer.
They put Summer at number 5? Maybe I'm missing something. No, you know what? Maybe the youths of our generation who are on Instagram watching this shit are actually just idiots. Maybe they're not cultured enough. I'm not backing down just because the audience members said something. I'm saying the audience members were wrong.
Number 4 is Daniel.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, audience.
Number 3 is Michael. Number 2 is Mary. And number 1 is Sarah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I put.
Ooh, dang, an upset. Mary's number 2, our singer-songwriter. That makes sense. She deserves that spot for sure, I think. And Sato at number 1. He's obviously really good at the piano, but I think he also got him with his charm. He was the most charming person there.
Obviously, like a little disappointed I got in last, because if you ain't first, you're last. But it was, these people are amazing musicians and instrumentalists and everything. You know, I thought I did a good job, I always do. I think I do a really good job of representing like my vulnerability, just being like as honest as possible.
Julius is having a hard time dealing with his ranking because everybody, except for him, agreed that he was the worst in the group. It's all right, Julius. You get him next time.
I was glad that I got #1 for the audience, but I feel like it's very subjective. And in terms of the ranking by musicians, I got 4 and I was also fine with it. It's how they felt, you know, and you cannot really argue with that.
Dude, Sato is my guy. He's so honest with it. He's just like, yeah, you know, I feel honored to get #1. I got #4 and was also really fine with that because I recognize that all music is subjective and, you know, everybody's gonna feel differently, which is the truth of how I feel. I know I'm like joking around, but like that is definitely, I think, just a better position to have. Everybody has their musical tastes. Everybody likes and doesn't like what they like and don't like, and that's just, you know, that's just fine.
Music for me isn't a competition, it's an art form. It's something that makes me feel like I can express myself and connect with other people, which is something that has always been super important to me.
I like that take from Mary too. Music is not a competition, it's an art form. And I think honestly, if we looked at almost everything that way, the world would be a little bit better. Not everything needs to be like, hey, let's rank each other from best to worst, and let's create a culture where everybody's scraping to get to the quote unquote top. But the reality is, if you put yourself out there and you are creating your art and being true to yourself and true to your art form, then you're gonna find an audience. It takes time and it can be hard to connect with people and even connect with yourself to express freely or purely or authentically or whatever you wanna call it through your art, but it is extremely rewarding. I don't need people coming in here and telling me about economics and how it wouldn't work without competition. I'm just saying, sometimes I imagine a world where we aren't so competitive, where people are just like doing their best because they care about doing the best, not because they care about making the most money or being the best business person or even being like the most notorious artist or something. Like, these videos are fun and that's why we watch them, but sometimes I do wish we could create a culture where we all support each other instead of thinking that somebody is better and somebody is worse. I think there's definitely measurable talent and skill that you can look at and be like, look how far this person has gone, how much time and energy and passion they've sunk into this. But I think that there could also be a more understanding environment where we are encouraging people to do the thing that's going to make them happy, because I think ultimately when people are doing that, it's going to lead to better communities, better lives for people in general, and then in turn, a better world. Obviously, there's like so much more I could say about that. That's like a huge topic maybe for like another video. I'm just kind of spitballing here, so don't crucify me. A little bit of evangelical for you there. So that'll wrap it up. So that'll wrap it up for today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, or even if you didn't, please like and subscribe and send it to somebody who you think might also like it or might also hate it. Who knows? You know, we're just casting the net here. You can find all of my social media links in the description below. Please consider supporting me on Patreon, following me on TikTok, and anywhere else you would like to. And thank you again for watching. If you haven't noticed, I have a blinking thing back here that is lit up, and this is actually a loop station. So I think since this is a video about musicians, I'll play you out with this song that I made. Yeah. Get it? Say, I like to do these videos. I'm just doing my thing. Don't worry about it. Oreos, dip it in the milk. Everybody wanna see me come up at the hill and go like this, go like that, move around, show you my back, because I am wearing this Miguel sweater. It's looking so good in this cold, cold weather. If you wanna get down, you can come around here. We can get on the floor, we can look pretty queer. It's okay for me to say that because I'm queer. If you didn't know, now you know. Here you go. Everybody wanna see me do it. Everybody wanna see me go. Looking like a motherfucking weirdo. That's okay though. Would you like to join me in my little community on YouTube? Can't you see? I've got a new brand of gummy worms. They are sour and they're so fucking good. If you want a little bit of these, you can find them at Walmart in the aisle with the candy. And I'm not sponsored by them, but I will be, because they're so fucking good. I will eat them all day. Everybody wanna see me doing this, okay? I'll just keep going like this all day. I don't know if I already rhymed that, but I'm gonna keep going all the way to the back. Oh shit, I messed up the beat drop, but I don't give a shit. And then I rhyme shit with shit. And now I'm doing my thing, the same thing, it's shit. I don't fucking care, don't fucking care. Don't want any of your underwear, that's not true. Send me your underwear in the mail, I'd like it right now, can't you tell? I'd like your underwear nice and dirty. In my face, I'm getting real flirty. With you, girl, with you, boy, with you non-binary person, I do not care if you I guess I don't care if you're so. Oh yeah, thanks for tuning in. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Just like the video.